Hi, everybody. I'm James, and welcome back to Storytime with James. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. All right. This story that I have here is called. Oh, excuse me. This story is called Now That's a Fire. Yes. Now That's a Fire. Look, when I was a shorty, I was little. I was real little. Matter of fact, this is almost as far as I can remember. Is So I was real young then. And me and my big sister were mischievous, okay? We were mischievous. And so one day we had to go to the kitchen because my mom was in the front with my aunt and they were talking. And back then kids weren't allowed to be up in grown folks' face when they're talking. So they told us to go to the kitchen and play. Well, we had a kitchenette back in the back where it was a kitchen and a dining area together, you know. So we were back there playing and stuff like that. And my big sister went over to the stove, and she turned the stove on and flames came up. So I was fascinated, looking. So my sister took some paper, stuck it in the flame, and it flamed up and she threw it into the sink. So it was nothing. So I wanted to do it, but she wouldn't let me do it. She lit it again, lit the paper again, and and then she tried to throw it in the sink. But when she threw it in the sink, for some reason, it blazed up. The paper caught on fire. So and the curtain was hanging down. So she tried to push the curtain up, and it was flaming, and the fire wouldn't go out. In other words, I think she tried to turn the water on, but she probably couldn't reach the faucet, you know. So she reached in and she took the paper out and then threw it, and it slid under the couch. So it went under the couch, and then all of a sudden the couch was on fire from up under. So I went to the front and tried to tell my mother. So I said, "Mama, Mama." And she said, "Get on back in there. Get in the kitchen. Get back in there." So I left. I went back to the kitchen, and it was still smoldering under there. So I went back. I said, "Mama." She said, "What? What you want, boy? What?" I said, "The couch on fire." And she came back to the back, and my mother went off. She she snatched my little sister up from off the couch, who was sleeping on the couch. So she snatched her off of there and then flipped the couch with one hand. Flipped. This was a hideaway bed in the couch too, but she flipped that couch over, and then she took the mop out the bucket and swapping up under there. So as I was as a a mere lad, okay, I was a mere lad. I was going to the bathroom and filling my little bucket. I had a little bucket that you put sand in with a shovel, and I got that trying to splash water up under there. But anyway, my mother got it out with the mop bucket, and stuff like that. So the couch was laying over. The house smelled like smoke and everything. So then my mom said, "I'm gonna kill y'all. Y'all gonna get it." And I was like, but then all of a sudden she was calling for my sister, and my sister disappeared. Disappeared. The whole time, my sister was gone. So we were looking all over the house for my sister, looking for it, looking. And then I found her. She was hid in the closet. She went to the closet. She hid in the closet. So, man, it was my sister was in the closet, and my mother said, "Get out of there! Get out of there!" She came out, and my mother said she was so mad that she couldn't spank us. She said, "I'm so mad at y'all, I can't get you." Okay, so it was a trying time, but I was influenced by my big sister. She made me do it. Okay, she made me play with fire. But after that, the couch was burnt. I don't know what happened with that couch. Did we keep it, or did they get rid of the couch? But the house had a burnt smell in it, But that just goes to show you. You can't have your kids in your face while you're talking, but when they come and try to tell you something, listen to them. Maybe they're trying to tell you something important. Maybe they're trying to tell you something important. Maybe it's something. Maybe somebody's breaking in or something, or maybe something's on fire. So excuse me. Yeah, I sprayed some spray in here for. It's a fly in here. I couldn't smash him with the paper, and I don't have a fly swatter, so I tried to spray something, and it's it's kind of playing with my throat, and my nose, so it's killing me. Yeah, it's bad when you're trying to kill something else and then it gets you. Yeah, but when your kid come and try to tell you something, listen to them. It may be important, It may be really important, because if I don't know what I would have did if my mother wouldn't have came, because my sister was on the couch, my big sister was hid in the closet, and it was just me. But I don't know if I would have thought to pull my little sister off the couch, because she was laying there asleep. And she wasn't nothing but about a year old, So, I don't know. All right, you guys. That's it for this story time. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so you know every time I drop another video. And share. Share my videos with everyone. Share them with your friends. Share them with your family. Share them with your loved ones. And even share them with your enemies. Adios. Salamet.
Salame.